Good morning. If you're just now joining us, I'm going to focus on our local area first because we're dealing with 3 flash flood warnings. And then I'm going to show you that latest track that was issued at 5 a.m. for the tropics. So here's a check of our radar right now. Again, the bulk of the heaviest rain during this early morning on Tuesday are for our eastern communities. So if you kind of pick out I-75 right here, most of this is east of I-75. Obviously, that red color indicating that heavy rainfall for portions of Polk County, Cherokee County, Fannin, Union to Gilmer County. Finally, if you're in Gordon County, you're on the tail end of that heavy rain, but radar estimates up to 7 inches of rainfall there, triggering that flash flood warning with that considerable threat in place. Now, there are a few additional pockets of some downpours here and there, but again, I want to kind of zoom into the east where we have that consistent heavy rain. This is slow moving. It is pushing up to the northeast gradually. There are a few lightning strikes that count at 12, but most of this is just that consistent rain that's coming down in buckets. Again, 3 of those flash flood warnings that are in place for this morning time. So particularly in those areas, especially before the sun comes up, please be careful. It's going to be harder to see that water. If you come across a flooded roadway, make sure that you're turning around and you're not driving through that. So here's a check of our road conditions. Of course, those locations are all highlighted in the green with wet roads for our western communities, including kind of Cleveland, Dalton, and westward. It's a little bit more of a smattering, so you've had more of a break during the overnight hours, but you may still run into a few spots of a little bit of standing water on the roadways after the heavy rain of yesterday evening and last night. When we focus on today, we're going to have additional pockets of rain and storms. We're seeing that this morning, a little bit of a midday break, and then it'll pick up again afternoon into the evening time. So we're kind of split between this marginal to slight risk for excessive rainfall. That's just indicating the risk of flooding for today. And again, that concern for repeated storms, especially over areas that had heavy rain over the past 24 hours. Now, let me take you to the tropics because this will play a little bit into our forecast for tomorrow. So again, if you're just now turning on your TV, we now have a hurricane 5 a.m. advisory, max sustained winds at 75 miles per hour. It was at 70. That triggers that transition from a tropical storm to Hurricane Idalia. So from this point forward, moving over the Gulf of Mexico, very warm water there. That's going to fuel a dramatic warm up and intensification. So becoming a dangerous Category 3 major hurricane before making landfall on Wednesday on this Big Bend portion of Florida. That red color indicating hurricane warnings that are in place. Now, still forecasted to make that kind of turn right there, weakening to a tropical storm, but still affecting coastal portions of Georgia into South Carolina. That's why you see those tropical storm watches and warnings, and then really curving out to the Atlantic Ocean. So when you have that cone bending like that, it keeps the bulk of that storm outside of our area. So we'll have on Wednesday minimal effects from it. So let me show you that with Futurecast. So today is not tropical rain, just like yesterday it wasn't. We had these thunderstorms though that could pocket heavy downpours. So rain this morning, a little bit of a break late morning through midday, and then we're going to see those thunderstorms picking up once again for your Tuesday afternoon into the evening time. So mindful for picking up kids after school, the evening commute. Tonight after midnight, that all kind of dwindles down. As we look at your Wednesday, a lot of you are going to stay dry on Wednesday. We're going to be the edge of that cloud deck. So you'll notice though our southeastern communities Wednesday afternoon could get clipped with a little bit of that rotation from Idalia, bringing in some of that additional thunderstorm potential. And then by Thursday, that clears out. It will be beautiful. So if we can get through today, if we can get through a little bit of activity for tomorrow, then the rest of the week is looking really nice. High temperatures today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, still a little bit below normal. And then the heat comes back with a whole lot of sunshine for the unofficial end of summer, aka Labor Day weekend. So I know it'll be a good pool weekend, a good boating weekend. Today, not so much because again, we have that storm threat once again.